I had Modelo Negro on tap the other day at one of the hotels I stayed at. That was delicious.
It's not too bad. I don't like Mexican beer other than Negro Modelo. And, yeah, of course, Dos Equis.
Dos Equis. Modelo's far better, both that and the...
I texted you the...
I don't like a Special.
I texted you the link.
Porky came in today.
Oh, really?
He said he's just been going through one issue after another with physical issues, but apparently he's going to try to get out and play this Sunday for the first time in a very long time.
I'm not playing. I can't, dude. I'm so afraid to go out and play. I'm superstitious about it.
You might break a gun or something.
Yes!
Yeah.
Not worried about my leg. I'm gonna fuck with Max because he's gonna be watching it, and then I'm gonna call him and just make him sit there and listen to us at the same time. This one. Go ahead, hear him all my fingers on and be like, "Oh!" No, it's you're gonna pull that real quick. Sorry. I want to do back. Ooh, mixed us.
You.
Yarp. Alright, we're ready to do this headphones part? My befuggered microphone here. Why is my magnet's not even sticking? That's the kind of luck I'm going to have tonight. Look at that. It was fine, and I was like, weird.
Oh, straw.
Alright, just still.
No, it's not straw. Shit, there are no straws.
No! Now I can hear.
That is so much better.
Hearing is better than not hearing.
Sometimes.
Check test 1, 2. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
There's a fucking straw right here. Haha. Oh.
You pour that in there?
Hello, hello, hello.
Alright, let's do just a quick
Intercourse.
mic check. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello, hello.
Test, intercourse.
Hi, everybody.
Oh no. How you doing?
Why you gotta say word twice? Does that make it better? If you say,
Yeah.
if you just said test, book, fish, rock, would it make any difference? I'm just saying. Alright, so I put the link up. The link is up on our page. It's up on our chat. It's up on your mama's ass. Oh, my mom, she's a fucking saint.
She hates intercourse.
Did you follow all of the Jonathan? You said Jonathan's the only videos you really watch?
I have
Airsoft
seen Jonathan's video. Yeah. No, if I'm going to watch an Airsoft video, it'll most likely be
Did
Jonathan.
you ever see the one when he talked about how to, this like trick on how to run a single point sling?
No.
How to wear it underneath your plate carrier?
No.
Dude, I swear to God it was him. Maybe it was somebody else?
Maybe. Why are you asking me?
No, I'm asking you because that's one of the questions we got, and I was trying to find that video, and maybe it wasn't Jonathan, maybe it was Josh from Falcon or somebody else, but I can't find.
Let's just
that
credit
info.
John.
I will.
I like him.
Anyways, Yeah, but
nice
there's
guy.
a couple of different ways. Basically, how do you run a single point sling without digging into your neck? And there's at least 2 different ways that I know of. If you guys come up with something else, that'll work too.
What, how to do a single point sling?
Without digging into your neck.
Oh, well, you
wear a
just
scarf.
no, you just wire tie it to your play carrier like I do.
That's kind of what I do.
Blammy.
Hey, should we start the show or just fucking
No.
talk? What is that cool?
Let's just start talking.
Yeah, just be like, hell, what? Hey, you guys could be listening to whatever.
No,
You don't
we'll
know.
be talking, and then like in 5 minutes in, we'll do this. Oh, hey guys, didn't notice you were there. This is Gorilla Airsoft Radio.
Break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. You thought you were watching Gorilla.
Well, hello. Thank you for listening to episode number 144 of the Gorilla Airsoft Radio Podcast.
Hi. Hello.
Tonight's hosts include. Too bad we didn't have time to make like a soundboard where you can just have
Ben? We can replace Ben with a button.
Tonight's host. We've barely been drinking at all.
Jeez.
A zero!
Zero. Tonight's hosts include Jesse,
Hi.
Joe,
Hey, guys.
no Ben this evening,
we miss you, Ben.
and myself, Beast. So Ben's doing his annual birthday camping trip, I guess.
No, he did the buggery camping trip last weekend with
Oh,
his
last
brother.
weekend?
He's
Oh.
in San Diego with his family
Oh,
right now.
okay.
But we all know that he was raised by coyotes, so it's not his real family.
And Max in the chat said he didn't even notice that Ben was here. And then I posted a little video of somebody saying burn. And then he doesn't give a shit fuck.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he turned up all cylinders on that comeback.
Don't fuck shit. That's unsanitary. Don't be a bitch.
So, voicemail number if you would like to get a hold of the show, 661-846-2222. Facebook /Gorilla Airsoft Radio. Email GorillaAirsoftRadio@gmail.com. Instagram, Gorilla.airsoft, and all that other good stuff. Also, continue to go to iTunes and post a review. That's always good. Gets our ratings up even higher. We
Yeah, I haven't
appreciate
seen any
that.
new reviews. Anybody?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what we need.
What the fuck,
Even if you
man?
need to make up some fake names and do more, that's good.
As a matter of
Nothing wrong
fact,
with
we're not going to talk anymore until somebody posts. Go.
So my name's Scott Hallencheck. I think these dudes are groovy. So my tip gets moist every time I listen to those dudes, but I'm not gay.
Martin McGrath, I'm waiting.
Mark McGrath listens to us?
Wow.
Yeah, dude, he just
Isn't
wants
he
to
like
fly,
the lead singer of Sugar Ray or something?
like a star up in the sky so high. Higher than high. I think we've made a Mark McGrath joke on here once before.
No.
So our agenda for the evening, as usual, is our drink of the evening. In station news, we have email. In news, a Chinese man gets life in prison for buying airsoft guns. And
John Liu?
some new airsoft replicas that resemble guns from your favorite sci-fi movies. In our
Star
main
Trek?
Topic, in our main topic, we will have
Lilac.
we will discuss 2222
Ooh, deep.
Yep.
in honor of Gorilla Airsoft Radio and in honor of veterans, and we'll discuss the details later. So,
I hate when Beast makes eye contact. It's fucking
oh,
creepy.
I was about to
and all
start.
rapey.
I was about to start an email, but I think we need to.
The most important part of the show, Beast.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, I just opened it. I
I
wasn't even
concur.
thinking.
Yeah, you're just like, fuck
Open
it.
another one, but
Open
drink that
another
one.
one, I'll do that.
Drink them both at once.
Okay.
Like a gangbang of beers.
So I will start off with my drink of the evening, Negro Modelo, because it was the best beer that I could find at the corner liquor store, which
From the Asian guy?
which sometimes has decent beer and sometimes doesn't have much, and this is kind of what I will settle for when I can't find something else I like. So Negro Modelo for this evening.
Couldn't be any worse than the
Ooh.
screwdrivers I got down there a couple episodes ago. That shit was just
Those were
Those
delicious.
were fucking horrible.
Those were like hobo-tastic, dude.
They weren't bad. You guys were all like, oh, and I go to taste it, and I'm like, no, not bad.
Tastes like what I make. I'll go next.
Yeah.
Jesse has a good drink. So, I was gonna burn Ben. He's always having the 805.
And the 805 comes from the area code 805 in which the brewery is located, the Firestone Brewery,
Yep.
which for older people, like Joe, I don't know if Jesse remembers.
No,
but
yeah, it used to be
It
805.
used to be our area code used to be
And the
805.
fuckers at the coast stole
and
it.
then they stole it. They changed ours to 661, and then they moved that to 805. So the 805 is a very popular. I guess it's probably distributed
It's
nationally.
national,
I guess, but 805 is the area code for just a couple hours away from here. But a local brewery Tembler, produces a 661, and Joe got a 6-pack.
661.
Damn.
So it's
And it's not the numbers; it's the letters 6,
Six.
SIX,
One.
ONE.
Yeah.
It'd be cooler if it was sex.
It's a Kolsch style ale, and it's 5%, so that's good.
Ooh, yeah.
Better than 4%.
Oh yeah.
I just took it out of the refrigerator.
Suck that phone, boy.
At least that's kind of hoppy. You guys want to try one?
Yeah, I might want to grab one of those later. I've been to that brewery a couple of times, and Joe's been saying he's gone there a couple of times, and you have some future business there.
I do.
We've always talked about doing like a live podcast there at some point. It's like a brew pub type of place, and you can see all the brewing vats in the background and stuff. It's kind of okay.
It's half
There's
of an
all
old
kinds
like
of
Home Depot or
giant
something.
British hooligans that hang out that are always fighting.
Oh, dude.
Talk all kinds of shit and you don't understand what they're saying.
It's like every person that wanted to live in Austin is there.
Yeah.
I pointed that out to my son. We were walking around in Austin the other day, and I just looked at him and I go, I'm the second biggest dude here. These guys with their fucking skinny shoulders and dad bods, like, not even like fat guys that used to be in shape, just like, I don't know how to do exercise, but I have a nice coiffed beard. Oh my god, dude.
Nice coiffed beard.
It was the. So anyway, drink beer and do
well,
push-ups, man.
you gotta have priorities. Beard, get the chicks, not muscles these days. All you need to do is cuddle good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and have a man first.
See how that works out.
I'm gonna get a fanny pack.
Gonna breed a,
and learn how to cuddle.
gonna breed a
Cuddle
race
class.
of little fag babies.
Hey, I'm not gonna be there to be a dad to them. I already got 2 kids. So my drink of the evening is a screwdriver. It's Crystal Skull vodka and
That's Dan Aykroyd's.
the I don't know, that fancy orange juice, like Simply Orange. So it's delicious.
Let's just say Sunny D, that fancy orange juice.
You got
Give me
Sunny,
some of that orange stuff.
Jesse gets Sunny D with
Pico.
Sunny D with extra pulp.
Pico. Is there orange in that shit? It's like fucking orange.
It's orange sugar water, basically.
That makes Tang look
No,
like
it's
a
like-
vegetable.
It's like fucking orange 30, like some chemical in it. It's not even anything in there.
It's the same orange they make Cheetos out of.
But yeah, my screwdriver is delicious, so me keep it suckle here.
Delicious.
Bitch!
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go to email. And we have,
He's drinking non-alcoholic. He's so desperate. He's drinking one of Willie's.
I only brought a 6-pack tonight, and I didn't want to like dive into more than a 6-pack, and so Willie had some non-alcoholic beers stacked in the
How do you know
fridge.
when you're an
So
alcoholic?
I drank a non-alcoholic beer just because I wanted to keep my beer flowing without getting too fucked up.
I want to get full without the buzz.
Exactly.
Dude, how do you know when you're an alcoholic? You drink non-alcoholic beer.
That is fucking definitely it.
That's
Number
a lot
one
of
indicator.
sense. Yeah. So our email for this evening is from Dylan Worth.
How much? How much?
He says, "What's up, fuckers? Glad to hear Jerry is better." Well, Jesus Christ, I missed one episode because I had a sore back. I think that
Dude.
fucking video that Jesse posted. I think everybody thought I had fucking colon cancer or something.
What video did you? Oh yeah, Jesse's like, hey, I'm calling you from the funeral pyre.
The funeral empire? What the fuck?
Pyre. That's what they would burn.
No, yeah, so
Vikings on you.
I'm old. I've been diagnosed with arthritis in my lower back, so I was dealing with a lot of pain.
Old
so
Poseidon is
That's exactly what it is. So I had to actually miss a day of work, and I figured since that day of work was the same day we were going to do the podcast, I'm like, fuck it. If I miss work, I'm not going to do the podcast.
Well,
that
besides,
day, so.
if you fucking called in sick and then your boss heard you on the podcast,
Yeah,
you'd be like,
exactly.
what
That'd
the
be
fuck?
trouble then. Yeah.
yeah, he's all, fuck our fans. He's like, we can wait a week.
Our fans can suck a dick.
We're like, come on, beast. We're like, just put some fucking Bengay cream on it.
We'll have
I've
Ben massage
I've been
it.
using a lot of Bengay cream lately.
So you're saying Ben Gay cream? Is that what you guys are saying? Ben Gay cream?
stuff, yeah.
Okay.
I
Do you
like
know what
cream.
Ben's? Did you guys know what Ben's favorite color is?
No.
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Oh, don't even. Yeah, I mean, good thing he's not here. He'd been getting all fucking. That's the.
Did you see him in the chat? He's really angry.
Oh my god.
God damn.
Yeah, his chat. He got really.
He got
Let's just say he voiced his
Well, no. Oh, yeah. No, I mean right now he got really angry. Ben really doesn't like gay people. Like he's very offended by gay people.
He is.
Like all I'm doing is rubbing his naked bottom, and he gets butthurt about it.
Dude, whenever I mess with him and like, stick a finger in his butt or something like that, he gets pissed. I mean, it's fucking. He gets really mad.
No, dude. Like I'm trying to figure out like if you're walking down the street and he's like, I swear to God, if I saw two guys kissing, I'd look for a rope. And I was like. Why are you so angry, dude?
Like, Jesus
why
Christ.
does it make you mad? Like if you saw two chicks kissing,
oh, he'd be like, "Oh my God, little Pepperwood's."
That's an abomination against Jesus, and that's what gets me off.
I know. He's like, "I'm sorry, Jesus."
Dude.
No, yeah.
So we're gonna have to have a gay intervention for Ben, dude.
Yeah, we need to have Willie in here more.
Gay intervention.
Gay intervention.
We need to have exposed the gay dudes more.
It's gonna be a fucking soup kitchen in his van all the way to New Mexico.
Yeah, I just need to bring Willie in here more. Maybe get Buck back in here in his gay voice. I'll make Ben real uncomfortable.
So back to the email.
So do all of our gay fans, Max. We're sorry.
Yeah.
Glad to hear Jerry is getting better. Still getting a kick out of the shows. Just recently started listening to the old podcast again, and they don't get old. Joe, you're a boss for the email you sent to Copperhead.
It was the thought that
he was asleep and drunk, I think.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely an ambient.
Now for the question: do you guys gunslings? I think he meant, do you guys use gunslings? I guess. I have a single point, but I find that it digs into my neck, and by the end of the day, I can't stand it. Which sling do you find comfortable? Peace out. Jesse, don't worry. If Trump is elected, I know a good coyote to get you back in, Gordo.
Hello.
Oh my God, he better be.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you listen to the show live, Max, since you were complaining about the feed.
Wait, is Max the one complaining about the feed? Somebody else is complaining about the feed too.
Max, is that you complaining about the feed?
Everybody's complaining about the stream, babe.
The fuck?
That is not his motherfucking voice.
We're all looking at the camera.
I'm like,
why are we looking at the camera?
Like he's gonna be up there.
What the fuck? Here, I'll click the link and we'll fucking find out real quick if this shit.
What's going on with the link, Max? One of our listeners that's on the chat.
Pausing at a certain point.
Keeps pausing.
Pausing at a certain point. Is it on my naked arse? Well, I tried to call you before the show, but you didn't fucking answer, so talk to you later.
Anyway,
poor
we
guy.
do our best. I'm sorry. Do we need to go back to fucking Ustream as well? I thought that was worse because it had fucking advertising.
I don't know, man. It should be working just
So
fine.
how's it working now, guys? Does anybody else have a Chinese man gets life in prison? Oh, that's where you were reading about the life in prison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, single point slings. What do you guys do? Joe, we talked about this just for a few minutes before the podcast, and I think Joe and I kind of do the same thing. There are a few different options out there.
I have the one that goes through my molly, and that latches onto the molly in the back, but I noticed it puts a lot of pressure, like when I carry a heavier, like my 417 or something, it puts a lot of pressure on one side, kind of pulls it down. It doesn't distribute the weight evenly, but...
I do the same thing. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I always run single point slings, but I have attached them in many different ways. There's like what I would call like I guess like a Y single point, where if you have
it goes straight down.
If you have rings or D rings on your whether it's your shoulder straps and your plate carrier, you can actually clip them on there, and it's like a Y shape. It goes straight down and clips on. I used those for a long time until I got a chest rig that didn't have those. And so what I did is I got a standard single point sling. I don't know. It's like a Voodoo Tactical or just some cheap, fairly inexpensive single point sling. I essentially just, because you can't, those things, the ends are like sewed together. So I cut all the threads and basically just ran it up through the shoulders, and then just ran it through the molly loops on the back, where on the back of the plate carrier. And then just assembled it in the back, so it's basically just hooked on that way. I've seen people do the same thing and use D rings to hook it onto the molly in the back, And then
They make the ones that just feed right through though, and it's like a T that feeds through your molly.
yes,
And then it wraps around itself. That, I mean,
those
those are like
even better,
$10 or something.
Yeah, those are pretty simple, pretty easy to use.
I prefer actually a 2-point sling because I've been running AK stuff so much.
Mhm.
Distributes the weight a little bit better, and I find I move my guns a lot more now that I'm not.
I run whenever I run AKs, I actually just have an actual, like, probably Chinese surplus AK sling.
Has the little leather ends on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Zip tie together.
And I hook it to the front, and then I just I literally loop it around the butt on the
I
back.
call my RPK.
And that seems to be fine for that. Yeah, so I use a 2-point, but single point for all my AR based stuff. I've also seen, and we were talking about this earlier before the show. I saw a video just recently. I swear I thought it was Jonathan from Airsoftology. It could have been somebody else. It might have even been, shit, you know what? I think it was Josh from Valken. Because Valken has some new single point slings. Actually, they're really nice slings that we just started carrying, and they're actually pretty cool. I think that's why I couldn't find it.
Where are they?
They're
Can I bring one back and look at it?
No, just talk for a second. I'll go get it in a second.
Okay.
Jesse can talk about his sling usage because he hasn't said anything yet because I've been dominating the mic. But now that I think about it, it was Josh from Valken that talked about running the sling underneath your plate carrier, and then you put your plate carrier on, and then you pull the part that clips onto the gun. You pull that part out underneath, and then that keeps it from digging into your shoulder because it basically pulls up against your shoulder strap for your plate carrier, and it seems.
Oh, I see. He's running it through and out.
Yeah. It's that's
Dude,
why
that would take planning and forethought.
that's why I couldn't find that fucking video because it wasn't Jonathan. It was Valk and Josh. Anyways, that's an option as well. I haven't ever tried that one, but I do suggest getting a single point sling, any kind of single point sling,
As
and
long
just
as it doesn't
running
have-
it through and finding a way to attach it to the back. That way, the weight is more evenly distributed than just digging into your neck. Jesse, you can say what you do, and I'm going to go grab that new Valken sling.
As long as it's not too bungee. I hate when they're all bungeed out and you put your gun on, it's like,
I like
those
mine.
are the fucking worst.
I actually use the bungee slings, and what I do is I actually just put my chest rig on, and then I'll put like a shemagh around my neck,
Super
and
heavy
then
duty.
I'll put the bungee, something similar to what Joe's actually
This is
holding.
the first sling I ever
Yeah.
bought from you.
And I'll put that.
Seriously,
I'll
this
just
is
put
my
that.
favorite. These are the best ones.
Under one arm.
Those
and
are
then
brand
have
new,
it
so it's just a different
hanging off
version.
my rig, and I mean that's
Throw it up here.
good enough for me. I don't really find that it digs into my neck or anything like that. I mean,
If
mainly
you-
because I have the shemagh on my neck, and so
How much are they?
I find it to be pretty comfortable.
$17.
Oh, fuck yeah. I need one for AMS.
That's
Yeah, they're
pretty,
really
That's
heavy.
my
they're
favorite.
really heavy duty.
And you
I
can
just started carrying them.
Clip.
They have clips on them, so you can take them off. There's another clip down where you can attach the one end to the gun and then just clip it off there.
And it's got the thing, the little
And it's got the
sheath
little
over
cover,
it. It hasn't
so
been circumcised, so it doesn't pop off.
Yeah, so it doesn't pop off.
'Cause they will-
It also
they-
doesn't scratch up the gun so much.
Worse yet, they'll pop off.
Yeah.
Because this clip is the best clip. It'll pop off, and as they get older, it will move to the side. So
Yep.
Yeah.
the foreskin keeps it from.
So they are pretty nice.
Those are the best things. You didn't have them for long. I mean, literally, I've had the same one for like 3 or 4 years.
Well, like I said, I've had similar ones, but these are actually brand new. Just came out a couple weeks
That's
ago.
style. I should say that
This exact
style.
one, yeah.
And it's not too bungee on the bottom. I bought a cheapy one, and it's like
it gives a little bit,
the
which you
worst.
kind of want because if it gives a little bit, then it doesn't pull on your neck quite so much. But yeah, so there you go. Okay, cool. Next, we're going to go into news, and we have an 18-year-old Chinese man, and I think I got this from Popular Airsoft, or no, actually I got this on Thumpy's Facebook page. Thumpy, what's going on with your 3D House of Airsoft news scoop it page?
what's up with you not answering private messages, Thumpy? What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of worried because Thumpy's 3D House of Airsoft Scoop It page is my source for all of my airsoft news.
You're
and
ruining our podcast.
I don't know what to do. Our podcast almost came to a complete halt when you stopped updating it. But Most of the same stories are on Thumpy's Facebook page, so you just go there. But anyways, 18-year-old Chinese man gets a life sentence for buying replica guns online. He shouts in court, "See if you can shoot me with the guns I bought." And this is dated August 11th, 2016. The fate of, and I'm not going to even say his name because it's some kind of, I'm just going to say
One Pan Ping.
one pen ping.
Or as Ben would say, as Ben would say, Ching Chang Chong. I'm sure that's what Ben would say.
The fate of Long Dwee, I don't know, whatever the fuck it is.
He's all, "Hey, sexy girlfriend."
Oh shit, dude! Yeah, somebody else is talking about the scream. Can you reboot it?
That would
Yeah.
Can you stop it and restart it? Sorry.
that would lead to a life sentence conviction. Began on July 2014. Then online order to purchase 24 replica firearms from a Taiwanese website at the cost of around $4,600 US. But his parcel never arrived at his home in Quanzhou, southeast China's Fujian province. I have no idea how to pronounce Chinese stuff. 2 months later, on September 9th, Lee, I'm just going to call him Lee. Lee was arrested for arms trafficking.
Is it Lee Elvis?
Police have identified 20 out of the 24 replica guns as real guns. On April 30th, 2015, Lee has been sentenced to life imprisonment. In the courtroom, Lee yelled out at the top of his lungs, "Please shoot me with the guns I bought. I'll admit I'm guilty if I could be killed." The crux of the controversy thus lies in the question of where a replica gun is counted as a real weapon on the spectrum. According to the regulations on evaluating firearm and ammunition performance by public security organs, decreed in 2010, that the object should be identified as a firearm when the kinetic energy of the firearm's muzzle is over 1.8 joules. Lee's mother, who never thought she would lose her son for the kind of toy he's been playing with since a child, said Lee was ignorant to the existence of such a law. Lee never knew such a regulation existed before he was erected.
What?
Arrested.
Oh, you're erected mayor.
This is just one more in a long string of stories that we've talked about over the years where, the one place that manufactures about 90% of the airsoft guns in the world, it's illegal to have an airsoft gun. So, kind of bizarre. We've had incidences over the years where we had dry spells, at least here in the U.S., where Chinese...
You tell me about dry spell. I've been away for a week. A big dry spell.
The Chinese-made guns were really hard to get, and that gave some of the Taiwan and Hong Kong-based stuff an opportunity to really thrive for a couple of years there, right around, I want to say like 2009, 2010. You couldn't get anything airsoft out of China, and I think certain companies like G&G really exploded on the scene, although they'd been around for a while. The combat machines came around right at that time when you couldn't get anything out of China, and they've really established themselves because of that. But in the last few years, we haven't had as many issues, but we do see a lot of American distributors trying to use airsoft manufacturers in Asia, basically trying to go have their stuff made in Taiwan so they don't have to deal with that quite as much.
The corruption that is China.
However, certain manufacturers like Echo One, for instance, a lot of their stuff is Chinese, and so they may have to deal with interruptions from time to time.
Cool.
Tight.
Next in the news, coming soon, and I got this from Arnie's Airsoft. We haven't quoted them in a long time. In the works, the highly anticipated limited edition Smuggler Blaster. The kit is based around Wii's newly released M712 pistol, which comes as part of the kit, but it includes a unique compensator, a magwell, a grip panel, a scope mount needed to transform this blast from the past into a very iconic sci-fi blaster. So basically, I think it is a what's the original broom handle Mauser gas blowback along with the kit to transform it into the Han Solo blaster. But of course, they can't call it Han Solo or anything like that. Also, in the following month, we're going to be getting a Trooper blaster from S&T. Who needs accuracy when you can have this amazing AEG in your arsenal? Using their steel Sterling AEG as its base, S&T is taking things a step forward, transforming another weapon into the classic film icon. Now, I know Jesse's got some interest in sci-fi type stuff. Not that it's not anything I would be interested in buying, but still kind of cool nonetheless for Star Wars collectors.
Well, I mean, this would be cool for somebody that say attends one of Airsoft GI's BB Wars games.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
That's Star Wars themed, and you know, obviously, if you play for the Empire, you can use something like the 11 Trooper Blaster, or if you're playing for the Alliance, obviously, you're going to want to use the Smuggler Blaster. I mean, I think these are actually cool concepts. I mean, obviously, they're going to be frowned upon at a Milsim event or something like that.
I would hope so.
But you know, I mean, for anything else, you know, cosplay. You know, people that go to you know, conventions and they're dressing as their favorite character when they're attending you know, Comic-Con, WonderCon, Kamikaze, whatever it is. You know, you dress up as your favorite Star Wars character. You know, obviously something like this would be you know, a cool thing to get because you know, in other times, I mean, and these things probably exist. You know, as far as like, you know, Toys R Us toys. You know, to have like something functional that actually shoots a projectile.
Yeah, so it looks like a toy and can kill people.
Yeah, it can actually hurt people too, so
Yeah.
that's fucking tight.
Dude, it's all fucked up. The stream's all fucked up.
The YouTube stream is not working tonight. The podcast, like,
Yep.
Oh, you poor
like
fucker.
90% of, or actually like 99.72% of all of our listeners actually listen to it.
I think last week there was like, I think after a week it was like 24 views.
24 views.
All of that? The YouTube?
Do the live views count as views or not?
No, I think they do. They do
Okay.
actually count.
I was hoping you would say no, they don't count. So that would add another 3.
Well, no, I
There's
think
two
it was
guys
like
on
it was
the chat
like,
trying
you
to
know,
watch it, or three.
it was like 24 live viewers or something. And I mean, like as far as total views, I'm sure total views is actually higher. But like, you know, live viewers only actually like 20 something.
Well, we all have faces for radio, so it makes
Yeah.
sense that I wouldn't watch this fucking garbage
Yeah,
anyway.
we're trying to do the video for all you fucking millennials. Get your fucking podcast fixed now, but it looks like you're gonna have to wait for
I know.
Grandpa Beast to fucking edit the
Yeah,
podcast.
and usually have it out the next day, but sometimes things get delayed.
Yeah, us old guys like to listen to podcasts when we go to work, but millennials don't have to worry about that.
Well, I try to have it available for people who are going on their way to play Airsoft on Saturday or Sunday. So, you know, that's my goal. So, I always thought about the possibility if we weren't just all ready to get the fuck out of here, is literally just sit, edit the podcast, and have it up before we go home. But then we have to hang around for about another. It takes about an hour.
Well,
I
Ben
guess.
would have to hang around.
it takes about an hour, and when I say
fuck, how you
editing, editing basically is usually just
Putting the front and the back
putting
on
the
there.
front and the back on, and then transferring. We record in a WAV file, so we have to transfer the file to an MP3, and that takes about 20 minutes.
Then we have to ship that via Mexico.
And then physically uploading the file takes about another 20 minutes or so.
Why do you switch
once
it
it's
from
done.
a WAV file to an MP3? Because isn't a WAV file
That's
more
what-
higher
that's
higher
what-
quality anyway? So?
Well, it is higher quality, but that's how you. I don't think you can lose. I don't think our server allows that. I think it automatically. It's not a universal format, so whereas MP3
'Cause I
is
know
much more
iTunes will-
universal.
iTunes will take it.
Well, they will, but I don't think our server will take
Oh,
it.
right.
Libsyn, I don't think they'll take it. I think they need it to be an MP3. I don't know. Maybe I should try. Okay, well that'll.
Yeah, you should definitely really fuck it up.
It would save me 15 or 20 minutes if I didn't convert it, but it just it just automatically converts it to an MP3 when I finished editing. So I don't know. Whatever.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't think you can notice the, you know, the overall quality of a podcast when it's just fucking
I mean,
our audio. I mean, it's
The
not
sound,
like
the sound
music.
quality is usually pretty good unless we like get real close to our microphones like this.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Usually pretty good.
Or if you try and sing like Ben, it sounds like shit.
So next, we've always, for some reason, at some point in the podcast, I'm sure it was Buckwild that started it. You know, we got our voicemail phone number. We were very pleased that we were able to get 2222 just because it's, you know, it's easy to remember. Nobody remembers the area code or the.
You gotta fucking
prefix.
write it down every week.
I don't know what it is. I have to look at it every time. 661-846-2222.
One more two.
Yeah, 2222.
There you go.
And so, but 2222 seems to just pop up in weird spots. And we found that there is a new, kind of like a couple of years ago when we had the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. We found that there is a new challenge.
We were all talking shit about, like, oh, that's gay. Well, that's gay. We're never going to do that. And then we fucking did it like 2 weeks
We
ago.
got challenged. We were like, Brr.
But the team that we challenged, I don't think they ever did it, did they?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh,
The
shocking.
Airsoft team.
They couldn't afford ice for their water. That's why.
They're like,
It's the
"Should
team
we
I'm
use
thinking, right?
rose water?
Oh, speaking of that, there was, I guess there was a change going on at HBC. Did you guys hear anything?
Negative.
Anything
I
about
know all
that?
about it.
You know all about it? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. We'll cover
It's
that
10,
next.
it's
then.
10, it's
We'll cover that
10:35.
next.
All right.
Oh, that's right, because you're.
It's 10:35,
you're-
dude.
I forgot that you're related to Mr. Guy there.
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, 2222. There is a new challenge out there, and we thought Joe and I were actually just in the store chatting the other day, and we thought, and I thought, you know what?
Not during work, though.
2222. Somebody was on his lunch break. 22 and 22. There's a new challenge, basically in support of veterans' mental health and relating to the number of suicides per day of American veterans, which is 22 suicides per day. And so the new challenge is to challenge people to do 22 push-ups per day for 22 days. And
We're 1 year as we're seeing some guys doing it for 1 year.
Some are doing it for
which
1 year.
I like that.
I mean, obviously, if you want to be all muscle bound like Joe, then you go for the full year. But that kind of gets away from the whole 22-2-2-2. You know,
That distracts from the point of being completely out of shape
Exactly,
for herself.
exactly. So anyways, 22 push-ups a day for 22 days, and then donating $22. Now, we did
Not
some research.
$22 every day. Just
No.
Every time you do a push-up, you have to pay a buck.
Oh, thank you. I was about to ask for that. And then.
How weird is this little can holder
That
thing,
is
right?
kind of interesting.
I think it's
They have
weird.
those
Well,
on the
that's why.
It's so a
Hawaiian
pelican
That's so
can't get stuck in
pelicans
it.
can't get their neck stuck in it, exactly. Or ducks or whatever.
I prefer to think of pelicans.
one. I'd rather think of platypi.
Platypussies.
So we did some research about, you know, where do you donate that $22, and apparently there's multiple organizations that have latched on to this. I don't know who started it, but with a little bit of investigation, we found that there's many different veterans services companies that are promoting this, you know, 22 push-ups in 22 days, and so we
1 minute at a time.
we do want to try to promote this, but we're not sure where to recommend you send your money.
And everybody Google it if you're actually interested in it, so no, it's not just some bullshit deal. You like, we looked it up, and there's a ton of shit of celebrities on Today Show doing it, and yes, we're jumping on the bandwagon, but for a good cause.
And I brought this up, you know, before we started recording the podcast, and I didn't know, like, how anybody felt about it, but, you know, if you were to, you know, like, send us the money, like, through PayPal, at, like, sales@GorillaAirsoft.com,
Yeah.
you know, we could compile the money together from what we're able to raise from the listeners, and then we can actually just, you know, cut a check to one of our local veterans organizations, and, you know, like, post it on the page to show like what we made and what we're donating, and just to keep everybody in the loop and show that, you know, our listeners care.
Yeah, and if we find out a place that's actually doing something for
Legit, yeah, because
mental health,
there have been a lot of issues with veteran services organizations that haven't necessarily been doing the right thing with the money, and so if you're very familiar with a company that does that, then obviously, and you're comfortable with that, and you want to participate, then sorry.
or if somebody knows
send
of,
the money. But if you
of
don't,
one.
if you're not sure and you don't want to do the research, and I know it sounds weird, send us the money, but literally we're serious. We're serious.
If
for
by
a
now
change.
you know we're not going to fuck
We're not-
anybody over. I mean, we're in this for the money. Let's be real.
Right.
Because
yeah.
I mean, we're fucking rolling
Yeah,
deep
because
up
we
in here.
make tons of money with this podcast.
I can't even afford fucking
We're
sleeves.
like a negative $26 a month, I think. It costs about $26 a month to do this podcast.
How do you keep this on the air with
Something
such
like that.
overhead?
I don't know, man. Something like
That's
that.
$26 more than we make from the podcast. I mean, including sponsors.
So you can. So, anyways, if you guys want to do that, we'll take care of it. We'll make the donation. We'll make an announcement, and we just want to keep the awareness out there. Obviously, if you guys haven't heard it, go back and listen to our podcast just a couple episodes ago with Bubba Moore about PTSD. And another thing too is that, and we had talked about just before the show is, helping out the best you can with veterans is great, but also, we talked about taking a veteran out to play airsoft. Now, not every veteran who has PTSD can handle airsoft. It's not for everyone.
Certainly not flashbangs.
We've had a couple of local veterans who, Gulf War combat veterans who have
Did you say Gulf
enjoyed.
War?
Well,
I fucking
Middle
remember
East
the 90s
War.
too, but
What do you call it? Afghanistan?
It's Afghanistan, Iraq.
Iraq veterans. It's the second Gulf War, the third Gulf War, whatever.
they're
the
wearing
fuck
chocolate
they're
chip
called.
camo and shit.
Yeah. Correct me. What do we call it now? Just veterans of Afghanistan and Iraq, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Veterans of Operation Iraqi Freedom.
In Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan too. We have several veterans. Obviously we've talked about our friend Josh who lost both legs, USMC to an IED, and then several teammates who actually very much enjoyed playing airsoft, but just had a hard time with
Flashbangs.
had a hard time with flashbangs with thunderbeat grenades going off.
He also has a hard time with doing dishes. Fucking closing the refrigerator, turn the light off.
And I have had several other non-teammates, but players out at the local field who enjoy playing airsoft, but do have a difficult time when thunderbeats go off. So that seems to be the one issue. But they still enjoy playing airsoft nonetheless. So also, find a veteran who seems to maybe have some interest and get them involved. Pay for their day of play. Talk to the field owner. Maybe the field owner would be more than happy to donate their admission to a day of play if you're playing at a pay-for-play type of field. So there's a lot of different options out there. But back to what we're going to do is, to be honest, I couldn't do fucking 22 push-ups at once. I don't know if I can even do 2 or 3. But the goal is to throughout a full day, get to 22 and